Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got why Russell Westbrook isn't the Lakers' biggest problem. B-ball breakdown. He agrees with me. He's their best problem.
NBA Twitter had a field day with Russ after the Timberwolves preseason game.
That's right.
As it appeared he was disinterested in doing normal.
He always did that. Go ahead to his Rocket and OKC highlights. He always did that.
You could actually see Russ with his teammates for most of the huddle, and it turns out he'd been running out of the huddle like this for years.
No cap.
So maybe this is a big nothing burger.
Yeah, nothing.
But later in the game,
nothing at all.
Beverly tried to get him to huddle up.
Beverly even said he was talking to the coaches in the rap.
However you want to read into these things, there is no denying that it's a good symbol for how this team lacks the type of cohesion needed to find a lot of success.
What you mean?
One big reason why Russ has struggled to fit in is because he rarely brings the ball up and gets into a high pick and roll. Under new coach Darvin Ham, the team flows into horns a hell of a lot, which can make sense with both AD and LeBron on the court. But if you run it too many times, you run the very real risk that the defense can get used to it and shut it down. Also, watch how the Lakers are running the horns almost exclusively with the high post entry from the
Can they just listen to me?
That means Russ isn't going to get any type of quick screen and roll.
Just let Russ be Russ for the first 3 quarters. The first 3 quarters, let Russ be Russ. Put the ball in his hands. I'm pretty sure LeBron can play off ball. Got me spinning everywhere. I'm pretty sure LeBron can play off ball. Then you put the ball in LeBron's hands in the 4th quarter. It's simple. Y'all make basketball is a simple game. Basketball is a simple game. Y'all just make it complicated.
Ignore him due to lack of outside shooting. While this possession isn't
because LeBron can play off ball. I'm pretty sure LeBron can play off ball for 3 quarters. Anytime I need LeBron fresh, give the ball to Russ. I would let Russ carry the team. I would say let AD carry the team, but
he's out of control and bailed out by the refs.
Let Russ be Russ.
There being little to no contact with the defender. That said, keep your eye out for his corner 3-point shooting. Towards the end of last year, he was elite from there, and the only 2 threes he hit in the preseason were from the corners as well. However, against Minnesota, perhaps because he's not comfortable operating out of this area, he stepped out of bounds not once, but twice in the first quarter alone. And these types of bad mistakes have got to be eating away at Coach Ham. Those worries can also be attributed to his passing, which at times can be considered ill-timed or off-target, as he doesn't
Russ be Russ, please.
After Beverly cuts back door, and
isn't that why I got him so he can be himself?
On this LeBron cut, Russ stares a hole at his target for a few seconds before
you need LeBron off ball. You don't need the ball in LeBron's hands. Talk about, oh, LeBron's better, so the ball should be in his hands. Well, I'll just say people that say, oh, you gotta keep LeBron fresh.
With an 8-inch touchscreen.
He's sponsored by Ford, Coach Nick.
In transition, he throws a pass that simply is not open, and is lucky the defender had a hand on LeBron's waist, or it would have been an embarrassing turnover. More concerning to me is that he started gravitating towards the dunker spot, reminiscent of Ben Simmons in Philadelphia, which serves to clog the lane for his teammates since his man can hover around the block and get in the way of drives and cuts. On this play, it worked to the Lakers' advantage, but only because the Timberwolves were so late in the rotations, and I can picture Anthony Davis and LeBron James getting frustrated when faced with the clogged lane on many of their catches. The Lakers work best in transition, where they can attack before it can set up. And while they did play at the fastest pace in the league during preseason, the worry is how LeBron can handle the up and down nature over a full season without getting completely worn out.
I just answered your question. I just answered that. Put the ball in Russ's hands and give LeBron the ball in the 4th quarter so he'll be fresh. Thank you very much.
Intend to push fast for quick 3-point
spinning shots everywhere. Lakers got me spinning everywhere.
Defense in a hurry if those shots aren't falling. But they might not have much choice, as their half-court offense seems problematic based on what we've seen so far.
Yeah, they're trash.
Just check out how little space Anthony
Davis Russ is not on the floor. Russ is not, now he's on the floor.
The defense doesn't seem to be concerned at all by the shooter standing around along the perimeter. And while he's good enough to overcome a lot of different defensive schemes, it may well be that his post-ups are a slog for him and not nearly as efficient as he's accustomed to. So I wanted to get on camera to tell Lakers fans that I'm here for you, because it might not be such a pretty picture when we get to the season's end. And if you're wondering how I get such a pretty picture with my camera, you gotta check out Camo. Forget the terrible built-in camera on your computer. You can now use your own cell phone and leverage the image quality and background. Lights, Camo,
Coach Nick.
After horns, the most common set they run is a step-up screen on the right side with a backdoor cut from the weak side wing and corner lift. None of that works because Russ is standing in the dunker spot and his man can get in the way. However, Beverly solves the geometry by short rolling into a floater.
Okay, the ball should be in Russ' hands. That's all I'm saying. The ball should give the ball to Russ.
They flow into the LBJ AD pick and roll.
You want to keep him fresh, huh? You want to keep him fresh, huh?
Loses his man.
But here you go, the ball. Here you go, LeBron. Here you go. We gonna keep you fresh. Hey, LeBron. Here's the ball, LeBron. Here's the ball. Keep you fresh.
You'll see is the dribble.
The way to keep him fresh is to play him off ball. That's how you keep him fresh.
4 out, 1 in with AD on the floor and LeBron and Russ on the bench. This is the best spacing they get, but they just don't have enough shooters to make this work over the long haul.
Like low-key, the ball should be in AD's hands. But AD, like I said,
it's also nice when the defender just falls down, but the pressure on the defense when LeBron has the ball and AD is rolling is going to be tough to handle for any team. While the Lakers won a title in the bubble with a top-heavy team, it just doesn't feel like they can replicate that with a player like Lonnie Walker as their third best guy. He's been decent for them and has the kind of athleticism that every team covets, but can they really rely on him heavily? Austin Reeves was a fan favorite last year, and the guy can play. His passing is most definitely underrated, but there are times when he's simply outmatched physically, and I just can't picture him having a big impact in, say, the second round of the playoffs. Patrick Beverly is a wild card, considering he's got a proven track record of success, but Lakers fans better be prepared for him being overly aggressive on defense to the point he commits some of the more confounding fouls you'll see, and his over-pursuit and unnecessary physicality can not only get him hurt, but his teammates as well, as there was no reason to body block the cutter here, sending him to the ground where he rolled up on Walker's ankle and knee in what ended up being minor but scary. The Lakers were 21st in defense last year, and if you're wondering why Westbrook will come off the bench, I have to imagine it's what the coaching staff is seeing from his defense. There just seems to be a lack of urgency with him on most defensive possessions, as he's just not ready to defend as his man attacks on the catch, collapses the defense,
he got a
and it leads to a wide open 3.
It's not his fault. His man, it's not whoever left him open is his fault, not Russ's fault.
He walks after D'Angelo Russell before screwing up a potential switch with Beverly and giving up an open 3.
Oh, you gotta talk. Yeah, I just gotta talk.
Late recognizing the pin down action, and while Jaden McDaniels isn't a great 3-point shooter, you still don't want to let any NBA player be this comfortable when shooting a jumper. He also tends to sink.
He's in a great 3-point shooter, so let him shoot then. They do the same thing with Russ.
Look how much ground he gives up until
Russ not a great 3-point shooter, you let him shoot. But Jaden McDaniels, he's not a good 3, but you don't let him shoot. What?
So that makes sense, but when he does the same exact thing with Anthony Edwards bringing the ball up, it should be painfully obvious why
Edwards can't shoot anyway. He takes bad shots on purpose. He's a bad shot maker, bad shot taker. Bad shot taker, bad shot misser.
Similar to last year when they couldn't even make the play-in. If LeBron and AD can play more games, they will surely increase their win total. But the key ingredients in today's NBA are 3-point shooting and playmaking off the dribble, and it doesn't seem like the Lakers have enough of either to threaten the top of the West.
Solution to all that: give Russ the ball first 3 quarters, give it to LeBron fourth quarter, he'll be fresh.
Coach Nick here, and really quickly, I'm getting kind of close to 1 million subscribers. So if you're liking this video and all of our other content, please hit that subscribe button and get me there.
Thanks for watching, y'all.